What's up, guys? I'm back with another one. Zach here with Pip Happen Scrap LLC, where we do eBay reselling, junk removal, and we're trying to start a third business, trailer rentals. Now, for this video, I want to kind of give you guys a guide in terms of eBay reselling and how to become a pro within 6 months. I've been eBay reselling for almost a year now. We started late last year, to kind of accommodate for the slow season of junk removal, and it's just been blossoming since. Now, with this video, I'm going to talk about major components of what you need and what you need to do, basically, in order to thrive in this business, in this industry. Now, a little bit about me. We started in our garage with... I came equipped with a truck and 2 trailers for my business, and we started bringing all of our inventory back to the house and processing it there, like in our fucking garage, in our living room, blah blah blah. So we were basically living in it like 24/7. Now, I've always been on this big buy more, sell more hype. Excuse me. Sorry, every time I do videos, I get really nervous and I start burping. Weird. But buy more, sell more. You buy more, you sell more, obviously. Now, with that strategy came a loss of a lot of space, meaning we had zero space to basically operate once we started reinvesting the third and second time when we went out to pick up product inventory. Now, the number one thing I'd say is if you have something established at your home or wherever you can figure out how to make extra money, try to maintain that and try to make sure that you can see through that. If that's not going to be good enough, or if it's not going to maintain enough space for you to make money on it within the next 6 months to a year, I'd probably kind of try to reorientate your plans, or maybe reconsider what you're really trying to go for here. Like, I'm going for a big shebang business myself, making $200,000, $300,000 a year just in sales, so I need a lot of space to do so. I need to reinvest, blah blah blah. Now, about 3 months in, we realized that we're running out of space. We were going to Vegas, picking up a whole bunch of pallets from online sites. We're buying stuff locally. We're getting stuff from my junk removal jobs. We were just running out of space, and it was getting to a point where we were losing money because we didn't know where anything fucking was. So we came up with a plan to get a shop, but instead of spending $3,000 to get into the shop, another 3 vans for fucking rent, and then blah blah blah, we decided to build something. So we built a outdoor shed, if you will. It's like a shed loft. It's a 10 by 12 unit that is about 2 stories high. It's got solar. It's a full operation. Anything you need to resell, it's in that unit. Now, with that being said, my 2-story little shed hut, we got a canopy also that has shelves and can house all of our basically external needs, like boxes or overflow, blah blah blah. So space is definitely a big factor in this. Maybe I'd say not as big of a factor as sourcing, though. Now, there's different ways of sourcing. You know, you can source just for inventory, source just for whatever. Now, for our game plan, our business strategy, we need a shit ton of boxes because we plan on pushing orders out. We need to harvest basically as many free boxes and as much free packing material as we can, with also making sure that we're collecting and buying that stuff, meaning like we're spending money on it, right? So making sure that you could, let's say, for example, we have 500 orders out since we started doing this about 8 months ago. Now each box averages about $4 an order, right? Our cost $4, so 500 times 4 is about $2,000, right? Let's put that in perspective. That's rent for some shops. So sourcing your shipping materials is a must. Sourcing boxes is a must. Sourcing inventory is a must. You must be sourcing inventory consistently. You need to come up with different strategies. Our strategy is dismantle cars, buy pallets, use my junk removal business as another source of kind of upping our inventory, if you will. Now, with that being said, you can definitely overstock yourself. Meaning, if you don't get to your death piles, if you're not processing the shit that you don't basically want to get to or don't know how to get to, or it's just something you need to figure out, kill all of your death piles. We're doing that, for example. We just pulled out like $2,000 of listings just from death piles. You'd be very surprised on what you got. Make sure you eliminate those before you get more, or you are fudged. Now, we are going and we're trying to source pallets from Las Vegas every month. We're also trying to dismantle a car, and we're also trying to keep afloat with our junk removal. So our sourcing is pretty on point, especially with our boxes and packing material, because we get all that stuff from junk removal jobs. And I got buddies who source boxes for me also. So it all kind of works out in that realm. I made a little list here. Yeah, so basically, you just need to make sure that you got your inventory on lock, and you need space. Those are like the two biggest factors here. Obviously, there's a whole lot more that fall into this business, but in terms of going big or going home, I would say focus on these things for sure. Now, you need to have daily objectives, meaning obviously you have priorities, but if you're not either listing or processing your inventory, going through your freaking eBay site itself, if you're not doing something always about this business, you're going to fall behind. And not only that, you won't be making consistent sales, whether it's listing daily, whether it's revising your listings, whatever it is. Just make sure that you have daily objectives. And not only that, the daily objectives need to correlate with the website, eBay's website, so that they understand that you're still in the loop and that you're focused on your business. Therefore, they'll probably expose your inventory more. You know what I mean? So making sure you cross your T's and dot your I's. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself one day in a very fat hole, and this hole is going to consist of just tedious bullshit that you never wanted to deal with, for one, but for two, you're having to do it all at once. You're really fucked. Don't do that. I've done that before. Not fun. So another thing that I saw in somebody else's videos on YouTube was it's going to take 4 to 5 months before you start seeing like actual returns. Like you're going to see no progress basically for the first 3 months of reinvesting and sourcing and all this bullshit, but consistency. If you're consistent, you will see progress. Now with that being said, our like 3rd month is when it really started to like show. You know, I think for the first 3 months we were only hitting about $6,000 in sales, and that was not very good, honestly. Currently we're at just under $17,000 in eBay sales. For this month, let's see. This month alone, we're just under $3,000 in sales. So realistically, we're trying to hit like 10 grand a month in sales, and then you know, in addition to all the other shit that we got going on. But you're not going to see anything crazy for a while. Just make sure you're smart about it. Make sure you're reinvesting, and make sure that you are buying stuff that obviously is somewhat of a niche, but you're not just buying shit that you think it makes sense. Like, you got to do your research on it. Go on eBay, see if it's selling, blah 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 blah. You got to find ways to maximize your profits in this game. I think the number one way that we're finding ways to maximize our profits is sourcing boxes and free materials, packing materials. That alone probably saved us at least $3,000 by now. With that being said, also sourcing space for an affordable amount, and or it's really hard. It's really hard to say. I think really just focus on your space and focus on your boxes. Sorry. I mean, I think that would be the two most important things, because space, more money, right? More product, blah blah blah. Boxes, you need boxes to ship shit. No boxes, no shipments. And the last thing you want to do is go to the fucking supply store, whatever the fuck you guys got out there, and spend $20 on 2 boxes when you could have saved that money and reinvested it. You feel me? Because this shit, like, every sale really does count. Even if it's a $5 sale to a fucking $3,000 sale. Like, it really does count. And if you're not paying attention to all these little additives, if you will lose money and not make money. And obviously, we're not here for that shit, right? Now, another thing you could do to maximize, for our business strategy, we have trailers and we have our own truck and equipment. Now, I'm a hauler, professional hauler, right? At the end of the day, I haul all of my own stuff. So I will do We buy all of our all of our pallets online. Obviously, you can go back and look at my other videos. I'm not going to tell you how we do it in this video. Go back and look at my other ones. But with that being said, we haul 11 pallets, about on average about 10 pallets every time I go to Vegas. That's about damn near $10,000 in just savings for shipping. You know, so maximize your profits, meaning reinvest in the right areas. Make sure that you have the equipment that you need to maximize your daily profits, and not only like what you can get done, like maximize everything you can. I hope that makes sense. But we're finding ways to fucking eat the profits, like shipping, we're saving money. Boxes, we're saving money. Shipping materials, we're saving money. So that in itself, I'd say from the start, just by doing that, we probably saved ourselves 30 grand. And I'm not even being like, I'm being very real about that number. We probably saved easily 30 grand since the beginning of this year just by doing those things. Learn fast when investing, dude. If you're just investing in shit that you like and it's just not selling, you should probably reevaluate. I mean, not your life, because you like what you like, obviously, but reevaluate what the fuck your business is doing and what you need to sell to make money. Luckily, when we buy pallets, we get a heap load and a variety of things, so that works out in our favors. I love cars, so I focus on flipping cars and dismantling cars. That's not super profitable for us, so I need to fucking, you know, play with that as we go. Everybody has a different cup of tea. You know, we all like different shit. We all do different shit. I, by no means, have the answers to everything. I think there's several ways to do it, obviously. But making sure that you have a variety. You can be a specialty seller if you want to, like, hone in on one thing, one niche thing, but make sure that you have sourcing for that niche. You have a very fucking good understanding of what you're doing and how you're getting said inventory or whatever the fuck it is. And make sure that you are also able to sell it. Because, I mean, realistically, anything you could really sell on eBay. But if you have a collection of shit that just doesn't make money and doesn't sell, you can figure that out while doing research on eBay. Do that before you start jumping in and selling shit that just don't sell. I think overall, I'll give you a little bit of input about how we've been going and doing this. It's been a good experience. I partnered up with another fellow, and he is more of like the tech guy, so he can troubleshoot, he can fix things, and I could fix things too. I fucking work on cars, but what I'm saying is he understands like the monotonous tasks of fucking troubleshooting a vacuum, and I just don't understand that quite yet, literally, or quite yet. But we're working together, we're getting there. With that being said, I'm more the go out, the doer. I do hands-on. I could build, I could do it. Like, I just don't know how to troubleshoot shit. He plays that card very well. I play the other cards. Now, I've started my junk removal business I've had that for about 2 years now. We've done this just under a year. I think our best month in eBay sales have been around $7,400 just in eBay, and then we had cash also. So we are finding ways to be lucrative. I've also been really busy with my cars. Basically started this business so that I can work for myself and build cars as I want. I am building a GC8, a Subaru 2000 GC8, doing a swap on that, taking the built block from my 2004 WRX that is totaled and gone now, but putting that in there and hopefully doing like a full DCCD unit and making sure that I can like control the axle. It's gonna be super sick. Also working on a drift car that was blessed upon me. Both chassis are sitting in my driveway, which is even more funny, and working on them both at the same time. It's been quite the fucking struggle, but I'm building a drift car and a daily driver, basically. So the drift car is going to be an E46 with a LS53, stage 4 cam, lifters, springs, rocker arms, trunnion upgrade. Nothing really other than the cam to the fucking small block. Hopefully pushing like 350 to the wheels with an E46, which would be perfect. It's super light, right? But that's why we're doing this shit, or I'm doing it. You know, I want to build cars and make money. But that's a little bit about me. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. If you guys have any questions about our procedures, I'd be happy to inform you. If you guys are really curious about how we like source, go back and look at our videos. It's good to see you guys. Peace. Oh God.